Okay, so my role is global safety lead, and the easy answer to that is no, it's not safe. What we need to do is be better at designing alerts. I think just taking them out doesn't help. I mean, we've heard a lot this morning, some very good research into what's going on. But if you dig beneath the kind of surface message about that, what they're really saying is, let's make sure that alerts are designed to do what they're meant to do. You need greater sophistication in the systems to do that. You need coded information. You can't do this off free text information. But once you get into it, and I know because we've got a slightly different experience in the UK where we're using coded data, we've now got really strong alerts. We've got alerts not only around allergies and repeat doses and not giving X to pregnancy, but we've got lots and lots of stuff around drug and drug interaction. So, two drugs that shouldn't be given together, particularly the duplicate one. I was really interested to hear this morning how the kind of duplicate thing has got quite a bad reputation here, and yet the sense in Europe is completely the opposite. We have to be better at designing alerts, but I don't think the default position is, well, let's just take some out. I think that defeats the object.
I guess coming from where we've come from, paper doesn't create an alert. So we've gone from having the flexibility of prescribing what we want or what doctors would like to prescribe on paper, and then moving to an electronic system where we have standardisation, where we have sort of controlled the way doctors prescribe to a certain extent. And I think managing the way that we've created alerts and system is really important with an ongoing system. So the good thing about having a wireless system that can generate real-time reports is we actually have alerts data that we're looking at presently. And because we have done some restrictions of our alerts, for example, our drug-to-drug interactions are only set at major, so we won't get the moderates or minor interactions firing, but we still have to see if it's causing an overfire in the system, and that just comes down to auditing. So watch this space. I think we have to have a fine balance of what alerts we create in our system.
It's really complicated. I think it's not as easy as it sounds. And I think you have to think about who the target users are of decision support. So most people think, okay, if you've got a consultant who knows a lot about a particular area, then maybe switching alerts off that consultant are a good idea. But then you think about the users of the system, and very few consultants actually use EMMS, like EMMS systems. So most of the people doing the prescribing are junior doctors. They're the ones that really need the support. And so I think we've got to be careful about the whole customisation thing. I think there's a lot of potential, a lot of scope in that area, but we're at a very early stage. I think jumping into it without research is